They love India because of the spirituality. I feel this as well, that many people are just very connected. Like they love temples, they love praying, chanting.
Tell me, how has Rishikesh been for you so far?
When I went to the Ganga, this was for me a really spiritual experience. Whenever I look at the Ganga, I feel it's like a gateway to another world.
You've been to a lot of countries. Which one has been your most favorite so far? Have
Germany.
you been to Pakistan? How has your experience been with Indian people?
Rickshaw people trying to rip us off, trying to charge us like 10 times the money like it normally should cost. My grandpa, he also knows many doctors in Germany, and they're from India.
Okay.
They're very qualified, very good.
I think there's a lot of demand of Indian people all over the world, because they are very hardworking. Now tell me about Germany.
Oh yeah, let's go disco, let's go parties, and then they just get drunken people and kind of sleep around. I see many Indians who even I go with them to a temple and they don't even want to go inside. They want to wait in front of the temple. I'm wondering, can you not go with me inside and show me the temple and leave? But many Indians are more like, oh no. 80% of Indians are not spiritual, and only 20% of the Indians are still spiritual.
Which is the best ashram in Rishikesh? Like, if anyone wants to experience the real culture and the real yoga culture as well, so where should a person go? So welcome to our channel, Sylvia. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you so much.
So Sylvia, tell us about yourself, where you're from and how come you're in India. Just introduce yourself.
Okay. Yes, so I'm like from Germany, South Germany, near Stuttgart. I'm here in India since I think now 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah, I really like India. I like especially Rishikesh.
Oh.
That's why I was 6 months. Now here, in and off, like we always have to leave as Europeans after 3 months.
Okay.
So I go to Nepal and then I come back.
So you've been here since past 6 months, and like only in Rishikesh, or?
The first thing is I came to Kerala the first time was last year in January.
Okay.
I visited some friends in Kerala, European friends actually. They invited me to stay in a house together there, and we went to some temples. They're like very spiritual people, chanting a lot, like mantras, Hare Krishnas, visiting temples.
Right.
They love India because of the spirituality.
Okay.
I feel this as well, that many people are just very connected. Like they love temples, they love praying, chanting. It's like different than my country. So
they come to kind of find themselves. Is it true?
Yeah, exactly.
And are you doing the same? Are you here because of the spirituality aspect of India?
Yes, that's for me the main reason.
Yeah.
That's what is missing in Germany.
Right.
Usually we're not so much, people are not that much connected with their culture. They're more just living life, busy people, working all day, or like more like people who have fun in Germany, more like people disco, whatever.
Yeah.
But here in India, there's also many still spiritual people who live more traditional, especially in villages.
Right.
That's why I like the villages. We lived in a village in Kerala near Kochi.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Kochi.
Yeah. Actually, Kochi only arrived in the airport. After that, straight we went to the village where we stayed near Vaikom.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
So how was Kerala for you?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the nature in Kerala. It's a lot green. It's like very nice people.
Yeah.
Especially the villagers I like a lot. The temple was nice. This Mahadev temple in Vaikom. I like to visit, to pray in the temple.
Do you like believe in Hinduism, or like you're very driven to the Hindu culture?
Yeah, so basically Hindu culture actually I feel very connected with. I feel that there is some truth in the Hindu culture, definitely. Whenever I chant, for example, to a god, like a mantra to Ganesha, to Shiva, to anyone, I feel some positive energy coming.
Right.
So I feel it's true, they do something. If you chant to them, they do something, they help in some way.
So tell me, how has Rishikesh been for you so far?
Rishikesh.
Yeah.
Wow, so well. Rishikesh, after I went to Kerala, I was like, my friends wanted to show me Rishikesh. They said, have some friends as well here, but like also very devoted people. And so I came here to join them. And when I went to the Ganga, this was for me a really, really spiritual experience.
Right.
Because whenever I look at the Ganga, I feel it's like a gateway to another world. It's like an otherworldly experience. I feel like you're diving in the spiritual world. So whenever I meditate there, and if I look at the Ganga like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I just feel it's like a door opening.
Right.
And it's like so much, I feel healing in the heart and all the chakras. It's like very opening experience.
Very, very magical.
Very magical.
Right?
Yes.
Because whenever you sit near the Ganga, like I remember, you know, when I was sitting over there, like I felt so calm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I forgot everything.
Yes.
All the worries, and it's beautiful.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's like a blessing, lots of
Right.
mercy, blessing.
So what all states have you visited so far in
Which
India?
places? Okay. So except Rishikesh,
Yeah.
I visit near Munisari,
Okay.
a mountain area.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's also very nice there, just a bit cold.
Yeah.
Then I was in Tamil Nadu
Mhm.
as well, visit a few places in Tamil Nadu. I'm just thinking. Pondicherry was
Right.
one place
Pondicherry.
I visit.
Yeah.
And
It's all the beach.
yes,
Beach side. It's
yes,
pretty
yes.
good.
And I visit the Isha temple in Coimbatore.
Okay.
Yes, maybe you know this one.
In South, there are plenty of temples.
Yes, very beautiful.
Like they're
Very-
beautifully built.
Yes, very
Right.
beautiful.
Right.
Many temples we visited.
Yeah.
There was also more temples. Madurai, I visited
Right,
a big
Madurai.
temple. And there were some more places.
Malai Mandir. There's this.
Tiruvannamalai, I visited
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Some temples in
Yeah,
Tiruvannamalai, a
right.
very positive
Yeah.
place. Many spiritual people, ashrams.
Yeah.
Very positive energy.
Right.
Yeah, I love to visit these places with temples, ashrams. I like to meditate in ashrams.
Yeah. Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, before I proceed to the next question, I
Mm-hmm.
want to tell my audience that, you know, the motive behind, you know, such podcasts is to actually to promote India also, to make you aware of the culture, because also, like, there are a lot of misconceptions in abroad about India. Like, people do have a lot of misconceptions. They think very negative about India. But, you know, once you come over here, I've seen people totally changing and, you know, feeling totally different about India. So that has happened to a lot of people, a lot of my friends. And what has your experience been? And did you have any kind of misconception like before coming to India?
Okay, so basically, first of all, I can say like many people told me, oh, be careful in India about guys. You need to be careful, they might rape women, whatever. Some people told me. I didn't have this experience. I only know some guys were like, oh, are you married and stuff, asking me questions like
Yeah.
this. And I just said, sorry, I'm in a relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Might be approaching you.
yes, but I'm just saying like many people
Yeah.
was approaching me, but not in the way that they
Not
try.
in, yeah.
They were not like in this
Not in a
way
creepy way,
raping or
yeah.
something. But this was some people had this image about
Yeah.
India. I can't relate to it, but I think women should dress properly.
Yeah.
Like, because many people in Rishikesh are just like wearing clothes like in Europe, like shorts,
Yeah.
whatever, short dresses. I don't think it's good. Better t-shirt. That's why I'm wearing t-shirt under
Yeah.
this dress.
Yeah.
Because I think it's better not to
Yeah.
walk like this around.
Because also there are a lot of foreigners in, you know, over in Rishikesh.
But
So
still,
I think it's
I
become,
think
yeah.
it's we should respect the
Yeah.
Indian culture.
You were telling me you have been to, like, have you been to Himachal also, like
Not
Himalayas
yet.
also?
No, actually, these places I haven't visited yet in my next trip. I'm
Okay.
planning. But for now, the reason why I'm staying in Rishikesh is because I'm working here. I'm having a business partner, Rohit, from the Laya Yoga School.
Okay, wow.
And we work together, do like events, like kirtan, singing circles, cacao ceremonies, sound healing. We like to offer healing
Right.
events, healing spaces where people can more connect with themselves. That's
Right.
the idea. Like cacaos, for example, heart opening, sound healing is like the name already says,
Right.
healing. Or singing circles, like that people are more like, you know, opening their voice, are not so shy. So we kind of offer events to help people to explore themselves,
Right.
to express themselves, to connect with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, and as we work together, and he owns the Laya Yoga School, it's for me nice because we always have a place where we do the events, and that's why it's kind of perfect,
Right.
perfect matching to work together. And
You're living the dream of thousands of people then.
yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm happy to find someone to work together. It's
Yeah.
always beautiful to create a healing space
You know,
together.
and living over here independently, like you've been living here for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And, I've seen this culture a lot in Westerners.
Yeah.
What they do is they work for some time, then they, quit their job, and then they travel. They travel the
Exactly.
whole world. I think that's how life is supposed to be, right? Because, like, suppose I'll talk about India. Like in Indian families,
Yeah.
it's not very common. Like in India, it's not very common. Like if you'll say, you want to go for a year, suppose you want to explore for a year for
Yeah.
maybe say 8, 9 months, 10 months. First thing will be, your parents will be like,
Actually,
why do you want to go?
yeah, but the
Yeah.
funny thing is, whilst you're telling this, I just want to say I have a friend here in the same homestay.
Yeah.
Then me staying in the Abhishek homestay, and she travels since months. She's an Indian woman
Yeah.
traveling as a single woman
Yeah.
alone, and her parents allow her.
Right.
And she's very also devoted, prays at temples, at Ganga
Right.
and stuff. And her parents are okay with it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some Indian parents.
Yeah, some
open
Indian,
for
yeah,
that.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
a lot of, like now they are getting more open.
Yeah.
I've seen, like nowadays,
Yeah.
like, this concept is being
Exactly.
adopted, like it's being
Yeah.
adapted by Indian families also.
Yeah.
So, but I've seen this, that, when foreigners come over here, they come for a long time and they explore the place properly.
Exactly.
Which is a pretty
if they
good
can,
thing.
if
Yeah,
they can job
they
wise,
can, yeah.
because I know some people they can't. They have to only 1 month holiday in a year, so they have to only 1 month they can go to India. Then they have to go back to work.
Okay.
But for example, I also have online, like I do Reiki energy healings online,
Right.
so I can do it in any country.
Right.
So when I was in other countries like Mexico traveling or any other countries, I just did it online.
Okay.
And lived from what I earned online.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I didn't had to go back to
Right.
Germany to work, for example.
Okay. So tell me, what all countries have you been to?
Oh, okay, let me count. So, India, Mexico, Peru, Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania, England, Scotland, Brazil, France, Italy.
Lot of countries.
Yeah, Austria.
Have you been to
Germany.
Pakistan?
No. Actually, in Asia, only
Yeah.
India yet, and Turkey I have visited. Too.
Right.
And in South America, actually, I was also in Guatemala, in Central America, and South America, Peru, and
Yeah.
Brazil.
Right. Recently this war was going on between India and
Oh
Pakistan.
yeah, I heard about
And,
it.
yeah, and there was a lot of panic amongst people.
Yeah, I mean, for me, actually, I kind of heard it from some sides, but then also I'm not so much into news and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm not very much
Right.
online. I'm more like offline,
Yeah.
meditating, doing things. So I'm usually trusting that
Yeah.
there will be peace coming again if
Okay,
there's
yeah.
war. But for sure, some people were in fear. But I think now the situation got better, how I heard from people.
Yeah. So tell me, like you've been to a lot of countries. Which one has been your most favorite so far?
I mean, as I lived so long in India now,
Yeah.
definitely India, but as well Peru I liked a lot, and Mexico actually.
Yeah.
I like the South American culture.
South
a lot.
American culture.
Yeah.
So, like I've heard like in Mexico, there's like organized crime over there. Is it too much?
I mean, there can be actually dangerous situations. I know someone got in a dangerous situation and almost got kidnapped and died.
Really,
but,
your friend?
Actually, I think it's a bit because of private reasons. I can't
Okay.
say more about the situation,
Yeah.
but they got in a pretty dangerous situation, but it was near Mexico City. So
It was near Mexico City.
yes, but if you're in other parts of Mexico, like more Quintana Roo, like where Cancun is and stuff, there's less crime. It's more around Mexico City, these crimes. It's like gangs, basically.
Okay.
And they do these kind of things, they try to steal their car and stuff. But it's only around this area. It's not about, it's more like really Mexico City area. There are different states in Mexico. So the state of Mexico City is dangerous. But the other states, like as I said, Quintana Roo, the neighbor states, also Oaxaca, is less dangerous.
Okay. So do they
In my
target like
experience, yeah.
they do target foreigners or tourists? Like
Yeah, I
how?
mean more foreigners because
Yeah.
they look for people to get money from.
Right.
Because if they kidnap someone, they can get money from the parents of the
Right.
people. If they do it with Mexican people, what should they get?
Right.
You know, there's not much to get out of them.
Yeah.
It's always like they do this.
So now tell me, like, how has your experience been with Indian people?
Oh,
And
like
tell me some crazy story, which you
Oh.
have.
I mean, I know many really nice Indian people. I have many Indian friends, like male friends, female friends, and they are all really nice people.
Yeah.
So I can mainly say really positive things. I also had some negative experiences with like rickshaw people trying to rip us off, trying to charge us like 10 times the money like it normally should cost. And actually 90% of them doing this. So I'm kind of done with rickshaws, to be honest. Sorry for this bad reputation. But I prefer like not rickshaws.
500 rupees, madam.
No. I prefer we go with my friends on scooties. Prefer to drive than to go on the rickshaws. We prefer that, yeah.
Yeah, but like, tell me, like, any
Yeah.
other crazy story you have?
I mean, we had also some really nice Indian people. They invited us in their house, like inviting us, for example, near Munisiari. They were cooking for us in the night. We were a group of friends camping in the nature, and we didn't have food. And one of the local people, they just said, "Oh, okay, my brother lives nearby. I'm like, ask him if he can cook." And they were cooking for 20 people. In the middle of the night.
Oh God.
Yes,
Wow.
this was really nice. So this was a really kind experience. So I just experienced the villagers, especially so nice people.
Yeah.
So friendly. So like wanting to help, want to offer you things.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So even in the mountain, we were visiting a temple, me and a friend. Also the villagers, when they saw us, they came, went home to their house and brought some food for us. They thought, oh, we're hungry, and the restaurants were closed. So
Right.
Yeah.
Especially, like India is very diverse. Okay. And like, even when I go to mountains, I feel people living in mountains, they're so nice.
Yeah.
You know, like, they're so content, I feel, in their life.
Yes.
And they host you like, you are their own, like a family. They treat you like a family.
Exactly. Like
So,
this I experienced.
Yeah. So even when I go to mountains, those people are amazing. Like, especially I go to Himalayas. I go to Himalayas a lot.
Yeah.
So sitting with locals, and eating at their place,
So
it's
nice.
very common. It's pretty good.
It's actually what I just wanted to say. This I really like to learn in India, and whenever I meet someone who's sharing with me some really deep old wisdom, I'm very happy.
At such places you find these kind of people more, like in the mountain areas,
mountains.
especially
Himalayas,
people. Exactly. People have people even go there to explore themselves,
Exactly.
and they come out to be very knowledgeable.
Exactly.
And they have all the knowledge in the world.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And even I have met people who have like brilliant knowledge about Ayurveda.
Oh yeah.
And about all the about
Healing
the roots.
plants
Yeah,
and
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
And
like
the
even
true yoga, actually, because I
Yeah.
also learned that there's a true yoga, which is actually about the chakra
Right.
and not about gymnastic poses. I mean, the yoga what nowadays got taught a lot in Rishikesh is also good, also brings spiritual awakening, good experience to people, but actually it's more westernized,
Right.
what they're teaching there. So the true yoga, a friend of mine met a master. He came from the Himalayas and he taught about the true yoga knowledge, which is thousands of years ago, got spread from generation to generation.
Like, don't you think in Rishikesh it's very commercialized?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yoga,
what I'm saying.
And
also,
at places it's not even not
Exactly.
even real.
yeah, and they charge as well so much, which they charge in Rishikesh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to talk anything bad, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's for me immense to hear the price what they charge, and for Indians the same than for European people.
Right.
But the local Indian people, I wonder how can they afford 200 euros, 2,000 euros
Right.
for a yoga course.
Right.
If they are earning in rupees and earning maybe 200, 300
Yeah.
a month,
Yeah.
euros a month if you would calculate in the other
Right,
currency.
right.
So for me, it's kind of strange that the things get offered to their own people,
Yeah.
the local people, the same price, same expensive than for foreigners.
Right.
Because my events, for example, are always donation based, so everyone can give what they can afford. So I never do charge like crazy amounts for stuff.
Right.
Because it's about sharing, not about like getting yourself
Yeah.
rich in some way. But I can't understand that so many people are that much, how to say, there's so much. I see the difference between really poor Indian people living with less than 50 euros a month, and then some were so rich earning
Right.
3,000 euros or more.
A lot of income disparity.
Yeah, it's like very strange if you see this.
Right.
The levels.
The difference.
The differences.
Yeah.
It's like between poor and rich. And I mean, what are you doing with 3,000 euros a month? I mean,
Right.
saying in India the rent is so cheap.
Right.
Like 100, 200 euros.
You can
usually a
live
month.
like a king if you're
Yeah,
earning
yeah, yeah.
3,000 euros per
Yeah.
month. You can
Yeah.
have a really great life.
And you don't need to work then for the next year. You can
Yeah.
just
True.
chill 1 year.
Right, because you're from Germany. I have some friends who went to Germany. They were telling me that German people think that all of the Indians are very poor. And they think that we don't even have a television, or we don't even have a washing machine, and we are very, like, all of the Indians are very poor. So when my friend, like one of my friends, when he went over there, so he met a German guy. So he was like, okay man, like, how is this possible? You guys are having a television. How is it possible you guys are having a washing machine? Like, really? So they were so amazed. And like, my friend, he was like, no man, it's not like that. Like, not every Indian is that poor. But yeah, this thing does prevail in India. This thing is in India. That's the harsh truth as well.
I mean,
And a lot of people, a lot of foreigners, they come to India just to see this. They want to see, this thing. Like, it's quite strange for them to see poverty. It's quite strange. So they're like, they see it as a touristy kind of a thing. They make it like that. Oh my god, we are gonna see a slum, we are gonna see a poor side. So they make it like that. It happens in India. Like, I've met a lot of foreigners who are like, oh, we want to see poor people. Where can we find poor people? Exactly. And very strange, I met this German couple only recently. So they were like, okay, Uday, just tell me, where can we see a lot of people, lot of people together, like,
Yes, like a big crowd.
yeah, like, where can we see a lot of crowd, and
Yeah.
we want to go to all the crowded places. And they just went to a railway station just to see the crowd, like, because they have never seen this
Or Delhi.
in their country.
If they would go to Delhi,
Yeah.
there at the railway station, there you can really experience the
Yeah,
crowd.
exactly. I was like, this is quite strange.
Or
You guys
rush
have-
hour.
You guys have come to India from Germany just to see the rush hour of India. So, but
You
yeah.
have to go to big cities. If you go
Yeah.
to Rishikesh, you can see at some time rush hour traffic
Yeah.
in the weekends now, for example. But if you want to see really crowded place, just go to Mumbai,
Yeah.
Delhi. You will see crowd all the day.
Yeah.
You will not get any other experience.
Right. Now tell me about Germany. What do they think about Indian people?
I think the opinions are very different because we have in Germany actually lots of Indian doctors which come to us
Okay.
and they're really qualified. A lot of IT people. So before I went first time to India, to visit India, my mother was always saying like, oh, you will meet all these IT people. And for example, my grandpa, he also knows many doctors in Germany and they're from India.
Okay.
They're very qualified, very
Okay.
good. They were very good work, he said. Even better than some German doctors.
Right.
So he knows they have really good qualified people.
Yeah.
So
Because I
that's
think
what
there's a
they
lot
were
of
thinking.
demand of Indian people all over the world.
Yeah.
Because they are very hardworking. Because
Also IT people. We have IT people and doctors from India very much
Right.
in Germany.
Right, doctors and also engineers, because I was in Australia for 5 years. So I was in Melbourne. So over there also I used to see that, like, the amount of hard work Indians used to do.
Yeah.
Like, any field, you take it, any field.
Any field.
Yeah, they were like most of the work was being done by Indians.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I'll say Asians, but yeah, like mostly Indians.
Indians, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's true. I think I've seen this
Yeah.
in Western countries. This is quite common.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said about Germany also. So yeah. By the way, ich spreche Deutsch ein bisschen.
Aha, good, good.
I've learned it in sixth standard.
It's
Like
good.
in our school. So I just learned for about 2 years,
Okay.
and then I forgot almost all of the German.
Yes,
So
that's how it goes. If you learn a language only for a short time,
yeah,
usually you don't remember much.
I just remember a couple of things like
Yeah.
ich liebe a minor motor, ich liebe meine Vater. So that's all I remember.
Yes, so it's
Yeah.
good. If you do love them, it's perfect.
Yeah. Right. So tell me about the dating culture in Germany and how's life over there. Tell me about your country.
Let me say like this. I guess dating culture is more like this very. I think I see two different main groups. So one main group is like people who are like, for example, my classmates in high school and stuff. They were like, oh yeah, let's go disco, let's go parties, and then they just get drunken people and kind of sleep around with people. To be honest, I personally don't like that so much because, some people get pregnant, then they do abortion, then, it gets a mess, or people have a child with someone, don't even know who the father is. This happens also a lot nowadays because people are not cautious. If they're drunken on drugs and stuff, they're not thinking.
Yeah.
And then it can often happen. So in Germany, actually, we have many mothers who are alone with the children now.
Okay.
And also every second marriage breaks. Divorced.
So divorce rate
is very high, and also I would say more than 50% of people don't even get married anymore in Germany.
Oh.
I think many women don't trust anymore because many guys are cheating. So the culture kind of get a bit messed up.
Okay.
So this is one kind of group of people. Then the other group of people are more people who are really like lawyers and stuff, people who are really serious workers.
Yeah.
But they usually don't want family because they're just workaholics. Workaholics means they're just into work.
Yeah.
And people who are like wanting family life, just work half a day, this is actually not that much percentage anymore.
Right.
I don't know how much percentage, but maybe only 20-30%. And the rest are workaholics, and the other 50% are like player people. So it's kind of, our culture gets kind of very...
So you aren't looking for anyone in Germany, right?
No, not at all. No, none of my ex-boyfriends were ever German.
Really?
But actually, I also have some really nice German friends. Also guys, they're really good people.
Right.
But they're more like in the category workaholics.
Right.
So they don't even have time and space for relationships. They're just busy with their work. See me maybe once a year. That's it. There I don't have time,
Right. I mean, this concept is also increasing in Western countries. I've seen this in Australia also.
Yeah.
Like people, they usually don't marry.
Yeah.
But they have a family and they have a family with their partner. But it's just that they aren't married.
Yeah. That's in Germany a lot. But I think this is only like, if I say kind of maybe 40% of people get married, 60 don't get married.
Because I've seen a lot of people like they are scared of divorce later on.
Yes.
So what they do is they don't really get married.
Yes.
They just have a partner, they have a family.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's just,
still,
it's like that.
Even then they get not divorced, but they just break up.
Yeah, but that's very, that's kind of very weird. Like if we talk in Indian perspective.
Yeah.
Because over here it's not like that. You have to get married, and then you can start your family, and it's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yes, I know this.
Like it's not at all common in India. Like to start a family without getting married. So it's like first you get married, and then you'll be having a family, and this is how it goes.
That should be like it, but also I know many now Indian people I have talked to. They're saying And now it changes. This was the older Indian generation. Now many Indians also are single, not even looking anymore for a partner.
that is true.
Don't want to marry. So, or many of them, there's the rule I hear it in Indian culture: before marriage, don't have sex. This rule, many Indians told me, they don't care about the young people. The old
now,
people
like,
say it's important,
yeah,
but the younger say like, whatever.
yeah. Like now it's
Yeah.
getting like that, like now, like people, the mindsets are changing.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. The social
yeah.
media influence from the
right.
Western people
Right.
influence them, and I guess that's why many of them don't even take it serious. I know many people, not many, but a few Indians, I know they were married and got divorced again.
Yeah, happens
Nowadays, like young people.
Divorce rates in India have also been increasing lately.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this thing is happening. This is for sure, like with the coming generation.
Yeah. It's all changing again.
Yeah, everything is changing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in some terms, like I would say, like we are moving towards progress as well. So
Definitely in some areas.
People are getting open-minded as well.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
that's getting very common.
That's good. In some way it's good, but I feel also it's good if people still stay in some way traditional.
Yeah.
Doing traditions, going, for example, to temple, pray and stuff. Because, for example, I know many young generation people. Then I asked them, oh, why you come to Rishikesh? Because I like to come to meditate, to go temples, Ganga. And then I asked, oh, you do go for the Ganga, to pray at Ganga and Ganga Ma. And they're like, oh, no, we're just coming for enjoying some stuff. And I'm wondering, oh, why you didn't coming here so far? Because I'm coming here for spirituality, but they're not even taking it serious. I see many Indians who, even I go with them to a temple, and they don't even want to go inside. They want to wait in front of the temple. I'm wondering, can you not go with me inside and show me the temple at least? But many Indians are more like, oh, no, you...
I'll tell you a story. So I met a saint. So I was just talking to him, So he was telling me, he told me, the saint said that, nowadays you see a lot of people getting into depression and anxiety, and such cases are increasing. And do you know, like your forefathers, your grandfathers, forefathers, they never used to have such problems. Why? Because they were culturally very rooted. And they used to be in their tradition. And like he told me that, like how our forefathers and all, they used to live, like they used to be in tradition, like praying was very common. Like in Hinduism also, we go to the temple, we pray, we do meditation, and there are a lot of rituals, the power of meditation,
puja.
Exactly. And there were a lot of other things as well, of course, lifestyle and all, everything was there. But that saint, he told me, the lifestyle of your forefathers used to be so different, and nowadays you see the younger generation, they are kind of forgetting their culture. And that is also one of the reasons why they are getting exposed to such diseases, such illnesses, mental health problems. And I mean, I felt like, that was a pretty nice talk, like a pretty nice thing he told me.
I think so too. That's
so
true.
That's very true.
I see this as well. But also what is interesting, I have a friend whose father died, and now the mother is single because her husband died, and she's now getting depressed because she's not anymore with the husband. And he said in India, mostly these older generation people believe they should not marry again after their husband passed away. But I'm thinking, if it would keep them away from depression, to have another husband and to live together, to have each other's company, I'm wondering, is it not then better?
Some of the things are very contradictory. Even I don't agree with some of the traditions, some of the things, of course. Some things should be changed. Like this one like which you're talking, of course. I mean, of course, that's... Why not to marry again? I mean,
that's the thing. So I'm thinking like these kind of stuff, but I feel like other things, like all these pujas, meditation, which was all this Vedic wisdom, people should live it and do it because it keeps them healthy and connected.
Right.
But all these Western influences, I feel Like it takes people away. For example, like one of these people I met, this woman who travels alone, she's very spiritual, and she tells me like 80% of Indians are not spiritual, and only 20% of the Indians are still spiritual people.
Right.
And when I came to India, I expected, 100% of people I met here are spiritual
Really?
or like chanting, praying, but
You met the right people then.
yeah, I mean, and some of them I met, but
Yeah.
also I met people who are like more players.
Yeah.
Let's say like this disconnected, just thinking about women, or like
Yeah.
actually I saw many guys looking for Western women. It's very
Okay.
interesting. They tell me they're interested in a Western woman, not in a Indian.
not
And then
an
I'm
Indian
asking, what is so interesting?
Yeah.
Interesting in us?
Yeah.
And they say like it's because you're different.
Okay.
You guys are different. And that's the interesting thing when I say, wow, but there's also different Indian women.
Yeah.
There's so different people in all the
Right.
cultures.
It's very diverse.
So
You
it's
find different
funny.
people all over
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
People are different. In
Yeah.
North, people are different. South, people are
Exactly.
different.
So it's all
know?
it's all different. So I don't understand exactly what the mindset is, but I'm just saying in the heads of these people, there's
Yeah.
always these thoughts about this woman, that woman,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's not like about
If you're living in North, go to
spirituality.
South. If you're living in East, go to West. You'll find different people.
Exactly, but I'm just saying it was more what I tried to express about their mindset. That they're not thinking about praying, meditating, whatever. They're thinking about, this woman looks interesting, that one. Whatever, So it's like more this mindset than like a spiritual
Yeah.
mindset. That's
Right.
it's just interesting to observe.
So, Sylvia, tell me, like, which is the best ashram in Rishikesh? Like, if anyone wants to experience the real culture and, the real yoga culture as well. So, where should a person go?
Yes, so basically there's some really nice ashrams. For example, Pamat Niketan.
Parmaniketan?
Yeah, Pamat Niketan.
Yeah.
If you cross the Ramjula bridge,
Right.
it's just like 10 minutes walk to the
Right.
right side. This is really nice ashram, and they're really like traditional, and also they accept volunteers, also like foreigners if anyone wants to volunteer, and they do the Gangati there too.
Okay.
Really nice Gangati, traditional one. This is the best ashram which I know. I hear about the Osho ashram, Anandam ashram, many different ashrams.
So, are they all genuine? Are they all good?
To be honest, Anandam ashram is quite nice. The owners are nice, but I would say this is only for people who have money. The rooms are 2,500 rupees a day, and a meal in ashram 250, for example. It's very overpriced. For example, Gita Bhavan near Pamat Niketan, 50 rupees a meal.
Oh,
Normally in ashrams they should offer cheap meals and not like business orientated. So for me it's a bit out of alignment, the price.
Okay.
But the yoga rooms are nice. So I would rather recommend Pamat Niketan. Then the Osho ashram, someone invited me, they offer like good things as well, good food and for free, events for free. So I think this is some nice place, but I don't know that much about it. The other ashrams, to be honest, I have not been to. I was more like visiting some caves around, like Vashisht cave is great, Kunjapuri temple.
Right.
Like if I talk about temples, also some other hidden caves. Like these places are actually really good places.
Amazing. Amazing.
And Nilakant temple is also nice.
And like, what are your favorite places in Rishikesh?
The favorite places in Rishikesh, like recently discovered Avia. And this place is very interesting built as well, and it's so close to the nature. Avia, that's what I really like, and beautiful stuff, really nice kitchen, rooms.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite places. Then Laya Yoga School I like, my friend's place where we do the events together. And there's also nice other places. Secret Garden I can recommend. The cafe.
Right, that cafe is pretty good.
MBT as
Secret
well.
Garden, like I
It's
go
very
there.
nice. I like.
I go there all the time. It's
It's
pretty
so
good.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
the MBT is also nice. They do these kirtan events and Sadhwani food.
Right.
This is also a nice place. And yeah, I'm just thinking Ganga is nice. Like all the temples I see around here.
Amazing, Sylvia.
Yeah.
So I think that should be a wrap.
Yeah.
And again, thank you so much
Yeah.
for being a part of our channel.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
With this, we'll end the podcast. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. And with this, we'll end the podcast. But before that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a nice day. Thank you.